Just a few years ago, 4 years ago to be exact, Justice League came out in theaters, and it disappointed just about everybody who seen it. And I remember when everyone started talking about the Snyder Cut, and I had started to learn about things behind it. People started to talk about the way that he left the film, the terms and everything, just the separation between him and WB in general. And I remember being really disappointed, fairly disappointed, that they'd essentially take this movie that he made, that he put his heart in, and compromise his artistic vision and give it to somebody else to completely recraft and shove his film completely in a vault for no one to see. So you can imagine, I was one who really was advocating for the Snyder Cut to come out. Now, when they finally announced the Snyder Cut, I can't tell you how excited I actually was. I mean, we'd finally get to see this crazy, dark, Zack Snyder version of Justice League that nobody thought was actually going to happen. And for the people who actually thought it was going to happen, they probably didn't anticipate it being what it was. WB gave Zack Snyder over $70 million to come back, get the actors to come back and shoot the film, finish the film that he wanted to. He didn't even take money for this.
That's right. Zack Snyder flat out told DC and WB he doesn't want their money. He simply wanted to make this film that definitely would have been hindered had he taken money for it. So, Zack Snyder got not a dime for this, but he put all his free time into making this film. So, with that said, where exactly do I lie with this film?
This film is incredible. Listen, I sat up and watched this movie last night on Saturday, and honestly, what I was expecting was something that would either be so freaking crazy that it'd just be amazing, or it would be something that's just good, better than Joss Whedon's. But to my dismay, it wasn't just better than Joss Whedon's. This is the best superhero product that I've seen in a long time.
Alright, now before you guys roast me, that was a very knee-jerk reaction. Yes, I do love the Snyder Cut. I do love this movie. It's not the best DC film, of course. There's the Dark Knight series. There's the old Christopher Reeve Superman films 1 and 2. We're not going to talk about 3 and 4. And there are a plethora of other very good DC films that are better than this. But I definitely say this lies somewhere in my top 10 DC films of all time. Now again, I must say, I absolutely love the Nolan Dark Knight films. They're amazing films. I love the first 2 Christopher Reeve Superman films. I remember watching those things back in 2015 when I was 15 in my sophomore year of high school, and I loved them. But, this film is pretty good too. So, what exactly was it about the Snyder Cut that I loved so much? Let's take a deeper look and find out what sailed the ship for me. Grab some snacks because I'm expecting this one to be pretty long.
Am I blue? Am I blue? Ain't these tears in my eyes telling you?
Starting off with the simple things and gradually moving towards the more big aspects, let's start with aspect ratio. This film plays in 4:3 aspect ratio, and I can't lie, initially it bothered me. It's such a Zack Snyder thing, it didn't surprise me once I read the foregoing message, but yeah, initially it bothered me. Continuing to watch the film though, it almost plays better that way. Character moments feel so much more real and personal, like Wonder Woman talking to the little girl at the bank. Eventually, I'd adjusted to it and failed to even realize the 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's nothing really. Let's talk about the few things that I didn't like. First, that Wonder Woman score that plays every time she shows up. I honestly don't like that inaudible yelling music. It annoys me most of the times it's used, which is why I'm glad it's not used too much anymore in films. But every time I heard it here, I was just annoyed. The heavy use of slow motion annoyed me too. I remember thinking to myself that, had all the slow motion scenes just been left out or sped up, this film probably would have been closer to 3 hours. The Wonder Woman theme in this was probably one element of the score that I did not like at all, but that was minor. The epilogue was a bit much. That whole nightmare scene could have been condensed down to a couple minutes rather than like 10. And the two scenes with Martian Manhunter were strange. One, because that scene with Lois would have been so much more powerful had it actually been Martha Kent. The other, because I don't believe that would be Batman's reaction at all in that situation, especially after the things that just transpired. But other than that, those few flaws and grievances, I loved the film for the most part. All the bitchy parts of Batman from the previous film are nowhere to be seen in this film, and honestly, that made me so happy. The original film made me dislike my second favorite superhero so much, but this film did none of that. Batman is cool again. Wonder Woman is so badass in this film, especially that bank scene. Now, I don't mean to make this a comparison video, but to fully make you understand, I'll have to do a lot of that. The bank scene with Wonder Woman here made my jaw drop. All I could do was think, oh my god, what is happening? And it wasn't in that ironic way I say, what the fuck is really going on here, when I'm watching something and something stupid happens. This was actually so cool. Wonder Woman seemed like such a badass and a kind person in one scene, conveying her character better than Wonder Woman 1984 did in almost the entire film. Aquaman here is cool, though I didn't quite like that long, slow-mo scene of him walking, drinking, and standing in front of waves as they hit him. And what was up with that choir of girls and that one weirdo who sniffed his shirt?
That was just dumb.
But I digress. Aquaman's distance from Atlantis made more sense here, and his reluctance towards the team felt more sensible as well. Now, Flash, I still have a love-hate relationship with him. I don't exactly hate him like I did in the Justice League, but I don't exactly love him. He's still pretty annoying here. He was done a lot more well in this film, though. Ezra Miller not only made me kind of enjoy him, but now I'm excited for his Flash movie again. That Iris scene was strange, though. It was a cool way to show off his powers a bit, but, it was creepy. Oh, and the hot dog wiener.
That was just weird.
I do love Flash's save the day moment, though. He had to force himself through the pain of getting blasted with a laser to run back in time just enough to give Cyborg the needed electrical boost to separate the mother boxes. Superman's resurrection made so much more sense here as well. In the previous film, it was like, yeah, Superman is dope, but I don't see that much he added to this battle. Here, you understand why each and every character is here. Had any of these guys not been around, the result of this battle could have been so different. Cyborg. Within his first few minutes, you understand and love this guy. You understand his views and you sympathize with him. He's a broken man. He's angry with his father, Had he been at his game, him and his mother would have never had that emotional conversation. She would have been paying more attention to the road, and they would have never gotten in that car accident, and she would have never died. He wouldn't be the cyborg. He would still be a college football player, maybe nearing pro. This is something I loved about Cy in both the 03 Titans show and the new Teen Titans comic books, and I'm glad to say it's explored beautifully here. By the end of the film, though, through every trial and the test he puts himself through, as well as the enemies, you understand how he'd come to that belief that he is not broken. After seeing Ray Fisher's amazing performance, I am absolutely devastated that he won't be in the Flash movie and he won't be getting his own film. The tone of this film is perfect. It doesn't feel too serious ever, but it definitely feels more serious than the Justice League. It honestly is the perfect tone for this project. The entire aesthetic of this film is cool, really. It's so much more cohesive than Justice League. Too much about Steppenwolf's design because we all know he looks so much better in this film, but one thing about his design I did love especially were his eyes. He's such a large and booming character, but his eyes give so much expression. His eyes tell stories and they add to his emotion and what's happening as well. You understand Steppenwolf's drive here so much more. The goal is still a conquest of Earth, but Steppenwolf has an ulterior motive, and wanting to return home, he's in exile from his home, forced away by his own nephew due to failure. He simply wants to win and return home, giving him all the more of a drive when he realizes the anti-life equation lies in the Earth.
Now, if you couldn't tell, that was just a few minutes of me just babbling, trying to muster up the words to explain this film, but I in no way did this film justice. Listen, Zack Snyder was able to make you care about characters who you would not have cared about had you simply just watched Joss Whedon's version of Justice League. He was able to make you feel for characters like Cyborg. He was able to make you care for characters like The Flash. He was able to make you understand characters like Aquaman, while making characters like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman look good and maintain the status of badassery and stoicness as they have.
Honestly, I probably missed a few things, which is reasonable for a 4-hour film, but get in those comments and tell me how you feel. I love to hear your input on this film.
This film is honestly great, and honestly, I don't think I can actually come up with words, not off the top of my head, to describe this, and that's exactly what I wanted to do with this video. I just wanted to talk off the top of my head. Maybe one day I'll look back into this film and I'll go more in depth. I'll look back at the Joss Whedon Justice League and I'll look at this Justice League and I'll go more in depth with why I love this one so much, but that's something for another day. Hey guys, thanks for watching another video. This video was supposed to be out a while ago. I actually watched the film the weekend it came out. I watched it that Saturday, and I ended up getting this video written and recorded that Sunday. I ended up re-recording the audio and everything, but the video was done and things happened. I have class and everything. I actually got class in the morning. It's 1:08 a.m. right now, so I'm gonna get this finished up and let you guys get to it. Thanks for watching another video. I'll be having more videos out soon. Class is almost over. I've only gotten a few more weeks. I've gotten like a month left, so yeah, that'll be good. And just let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's talk about it. Chop it up. Like, comment, subscribe, all those YouTube things, ring that notification bell and everything. And I'll see you guys later next time.